Hey guys, today I want to talk to you a little bit about homesteading reality versus Pinterest. When I'm on Pinterest and I'm looking at kind of homestead ideas and things like that, I usually literally am only on Pinterest to kind of get ideas, to see what other people think of and how they may do it. Because quite honestly, a lot of times on Pinterest, things aren't as cost effective as they should be for homesteading, so I don't necessarily follow how they do it. And that's where I wanted to talk about it, because when you're homesteading should be, theoretically anyways, homesteading should be something you do to try to save money. Homesteading should be something that you do to know where your food is coming from, to be more self-sufficient. And honestly, for us, it's creating a lifestyle for our children and for our family. So homesteading isn't having the beautiful $1,000 chicken coop or having the Pinterest-worthy pallet project or something like that. Now, while yes, pallets typically do save you money, so I can't say that they cost you a ton of money, but some of these chicken coops I've seen at farm stores that people can buy, or these chicken coops people create, I look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how much money did they spend on this thing? Because you got to think about it. Like, how many eggs do you have to buy at a store to make up for the fact that you just spend $1,000 on a chicken coop for, 8 chickens? My husband and I have made chicken coops for 60 chickens and only spent about $200. So they didn't necessarily look all that pretty, but they were functional and they were useful and they worked. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about, because I don't want anybody getting bogged down in it having to look beautiful and picture perfect and keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. I want you to understand that whatever homesteading is to you is fine. It doesn't have to be that Pinterest-worthy project. It can be, for us, a lot of what we do is made with scraps that people give us or used parts and things like that, because that's where we're at right now and that's what we've been blessed with. And so I'm not going to try to make this super beautiful Pinterest-worthy project if I don't have the materials for it, and I'm not going to go buy the materials when we've been blessed with free materials. So I want you to think about that and know that homesteading is whatever your budget allows for. It doesn't have to be some Mac Daddy crazy beautiful project. It can be something simple and something easy, but as long as it works, it's fine. The sheep shade structure that my husband just made for our sheep a few weeks ago is literally top rail from a chain link fence that we had left over from Florida, 2 cattle panels, and 2 camo tarps. That's it. That is all that he used. It doesn't necessarily look beautiful. It's not something I would never really put it on Pinterest, but it really works, and it's lightweight and it's useful, and the sheep are definitely covered in plenty of shade, and I can move it, he can move it, whatever. So that's something I want you all to think about. I don't want you to get bogged down in trying to make everything look beautiful and trying to keep up with other people or anything like that. I want you to know that whatever your budget allows for, that's perfect and that's just fine. And I want to actually give you an example of this right now. All right, so this is the example I have of Pinterest versus reality. This is our children's fort that we built for them I don't know, I want to say maybe about a month ago or so. Obviously, it's not finished yet. We need to put rails up top so kids don't fall off. And we need to put a better system of getting onto the fort than just this ladder leaning up against it. We actually do have plans for creating a rock wall right here that our kids can climb up to get to the top. That's safe for our kids as well, and obviously the rails. But you can see we used 1, 2, 3 trees to help build it. And the wood that we used to build it, you can see this ledge right here that our cat is walking along is not even. The reason for that is because it is from wood that was gifted to us by our neighbor. And it came in all different lengths. And while, yes, we could have cut it, we actually initially wanted an overhang like this and thought we were going to get it all the way across. So we didn't cut it. Now, some of these boards we did actually cut to be the same length, like these boards and these boards. You can actually see are not even the same type of wood. These boards right here were actually a lot longer, so my husband did actually cut those just so they were the same length as these. But we use different types of wood, we use different thicknesses of wood, and everything else. I mean, most of it's deck board, but, you know, this section right here, we had to fill in with whatever we had. But as you can see, it's different lengths, and it's not necessarily the most beautiful looking thing. But guess what? Our kids don't care. They have a blast. They absolutely love it. While it would be great if it was perfect and beautiful and everything else, again, my kids don't care. And see, there's the kitty. Say hi, Dippy. Also, too, down here we have a little table that our kids and actually my girls and I made together. We didn't even cut the wood. We just happened to have the pieces that were that size, and so we built it that way. Same thing goes with the play kitchen over here. This was all made out of scrap wood that we either already had bringing up from Florida or that our neighbor gifted to us. And I did look up Pinterest, you know, outdoor kids play kitchens and everything, pallet projects, and we didn't have any pallets, and pallets up here actually do cost money. So what I did is I used what we had and I made it. And I am actually really proud of how this one came out. But you can see that, you know, this is, you know, the little sink area that the kids can use. The cat, of course, being a cat, wants to get in the view of everything. And here is supposed to be the eyes for it. Again, it's not super pretty. It's not something that I would, again, necessarily put on Pinterest. Like I said, I am really proud of it, but I'm not much of a put things on Pinterest kind of person anyways. But again, it's not super crazy amazing. But guess what? Our kids absolutely love it. They love coming out here to the fort. They love coming out here with the play kitchen. And they have a blast. And not once have my kids been like, oh, Mommy, this isn't very pretty looking. When they found out we built this so they could go up top on the fort, they were ecstatic. And they've been up there basically every day since. So you guys just think about this. Think about what can you afford, and just do what you can afford, guys. Don't go into debt trying to make a homestead. Do it as you can afford it. Don't spend that $1,000 on a chicken coop unless you're getting hundreds and hundreds of chickens. Just be mindful. You shouldn't be going into debt building a homestead. Homesteading is supposed to be so you can be more debt-free. So just something to think about, guys. Work with... our cat really wants to say hi. Work within your budget and be proud of what you make. Don't care if it's not Pinterest worthy. Be proud of it. This is something that you guys do. This is something, whatever you're building on your farm or your homestead, be proud of it, be happy with it, and know that as long as you did the best you possibly could, that's what matters. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.